Analyze what am I afraid of, and then go do exactly that. You've got to reprogram your mind. Nobody can take your dignity. Good morning. I'm Coach White. Thanks for joining me today. It's a beautiful day in the Woodlands. We're in the fall. Weather's starting to break. It's getting nice out. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to become an ultra achiever. Thinking, okay, well, is that like an overachiever? No, it's not. It's bigger and better. And so we're going to learn about becoming an ultra achiever today. How to become one. I'm going to give you 10 points. And you can do as many as you want to, but I would try to do all these things. This has been a lifelong quest for me. First of all, let me give you a quote that I love so much, and that is this. It's all about attempting big things. Do not tiptoe through life to arrive safely at death. None of us take enough risks. We're all risk averse by nature, I think. And therefore we go through life trying not to make mistakes. We hate it when we make mistakes, but you know what? Let me give you a new vantage point on that. Mistakes are great. Why? Because you learn. So it's not really a mistake, it's a learning opportunity. It's like failure. It's not really failure, but a learning opportunity. So I want to encourage you as we go through these things, how to become an ultra achiever. And you can tell your friends, hey, I'm working on becoming an ultra achiever. And I say, you mean overachiever? No, bigger than that. And you'll get their attention, okay? So number one, get up early. Get up early. How early? How about 5 a.m.? Yes, here's the good news about getting up at 5 a.m. Hardly anyone else is up. It's going to be quiet. You might get to your desk before anybody else. You're certainly going to be up around your home before most people are. But there's something awesome about that, getting up early. And what that means is that you're going to have to go to bed at a decent hour. So you night owls might need to change something. Here's a great schedule. Go to bed at 9:30, get up at 5. Okay? Now, if you get up at 5 in the morning, you've got a lot of opportunity for quiet time. In prayer, in meditation, reading your Bible, listening to affirmations, which I highly encourage you to do. Listen to some really good affirmations that remind you who you are. First thing in the morning, program your mind right at the beginning of the day, and your day will be better, okay? So get up early, that's number one. Number two, get in shape. Now, that's another hard one, right? Yeah, these are all going to be tough. Nothing is comfortable that I'm talking about here. So it's okay, let's get uncomfortable. Get in shape. We're going to dive into that in a different lesson, much deeper, but you got to get in some good physical shape if you're going to be an ultra achiever. Number three, get free from any addictions or bondage that you may be carrying around. Now, what does that mean? Well, it could be a whole lot of things. You could have an alcohol addiction. You could have a food addiction. You could have an anger addiction. You could have a shopping addiction where you can't help it. You have to go shopping a lot. But any kind of bondage, no matter what it is going to hold you back. You've got to be totally free from any weight that you're carrying around like that impacts your performance as an individual. So get rid of addictions and bondage of any kind of that. Yeah, that's going to take some self-analysis usually. You may, I can't think of anything I'm addicted to, and you grab a bag of Doritos and start chowing down, or you can't wait to get home from work and pour yourself a whatever, and you can't go to sleep at night without 2 or 3 drinks or a bottle of wine. And quite frankly, There are a lot of people that are functioning alcoholics that just, at the moment they get home from work and all weekend, in the middle of the day on Saturday, they've had 3, glasses of wine or whatever. If I'm talking to you and this is uncomfortable, sorry. That's not how to live. So get free, okay? Number 4, love yourself. This kind of goes with number 3 too. Love yourself and have a healthy self-image. I've talked about this in previous videos. When you forget who you are, you forget who created you, God Almighty, He doesn't make mistakes. You are a work of art. You are a Ferrari and a Lamborghini level human being. You are highly developed and built for success and victory in life. You are not a mistake. You're not random. No matter what the world may say about you, or no matter what mistakes you've made potentially, none of those define who you are. People sure don't define who you are. God defines who you are, okay? Love yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Look in the mirror and start telling yourself, I love you, on a regular basis. Believe me, it's powerful. Okay, here's something that I really love too, is if you're an ultra achiever, you're probably somewhat of an entrepreneur and you love business. I know I do. So if that sounds familiar to you, that hits a chord with you, listen up. Number 5 on this list is start journaling and keeping a list of business ideas. You and I both know that you're not going to create wealth in this lifetime if you're working for somebody else. It's really rare. If you're working for someone else and they've given you a big chunk of equity in that company, yeah. If you're working for a salary, no. It doesn't matter how big your salary is, you're going to, as that salary increases, you're going to increase your level, your standard of living, and you're going to spend it. Very few people can save and invest enough from a salary to create real wealth. Maybe you end up at the end of your career with a couple million in the bank. Is that real wealth? No, it's not. So let's talk real wealth. How do you get there? You own things. You own businesses, you own real estate, you own securities, you have equity in things. And one way to do that is on the business side, start keeping a list of business ideas that come to mind. And some of the most successful businesses have been started by someone who noticed a need. And so you have a couple different types of business ideas. One is what I call the Me Too idea. And that's where you see a business and you like that business and you go, oh, I want to do that. Me too. I'm going to start a business just like that. The problem with Me Too is that you got severe competition, especially if that concept has been out there a while. Someone is way down the road in front of you, so you've got to come up with something substantially different and unique, okay? Another idea is to buy a business, and the best way to buy a business is have some business brokers constantly monitoring the market for you. There are tens of thousands of businesses constantly going up for sale that do not have a sibling in the family that has any interest in taking it over, and really good businesses. So you can start a business, but first thing I say is begin a list of business ideas. Get a composition notebook like I have here. This is mine. I started journaling business ideas 5-6 years ago. I have 149 business ideas in my book. Now, as you possibly know, 1 out of 10 businesses make it. 10% maybe. So in my mind, I have 14 businesses in my little book here that should make it. Out of the 14, some percentage of those make it big. Let's say 14 make it and make you $1 million. Not 14, but out of the 14, some will make you $1 million. Some will make you 10 million. Some might make you 100 million. But what I'm saying is start writing down your business ideas because, when you're seeking God's best, you're praying all the time, that God brings the right people into your life and keeps the wrong people out, that He brings you business ideas and opportunities. Pay attention, because when these things hit your mind, write them down somewhere and log them into your book, okay? Next on the list for ultra achievers is set some huge goals. When you have goals, you have a purpose, right? Without a purpose, like the great book, The Purpose-Driven Life, you got to have a purpose, or why are we here, right? So set some goals that are ridiculous and go after them. We've talked about moonshot goals. They're very, very important in life, because the people that walk around and you ask them, hey, tell me about some of your goals. Tell me about some of your aspirations. Tell me what you're passionate about. And you get a blank stare. Don't be like that person. That's a miserable life, okay? Get some goals. Make them big. Huge, actually, because you know how it works. You set a goal and it's way up here, right? And you're working hard towards that goal that's really, really way out there. And you miss it, and you're coming in down here instead. That's way above a realistic goal, which is down here, and realistic goals are boring. Go for that goal. Miss it, no problem. You're going to be way up here above realistic goals. So you got to have some goals to be an ultra achiever, and you got to make them big, okay? Here's something else. When you have goals, you have purpose. Now, this is for anyone who is later on in life and maybe thinking, hey, I've had my shot. I've done everything I can. I'm just cruising now. I don't have any time left. I can't do it. Please don't think like that. I'm telling you right now. As long as there's breath in your lungs, God has a big purpose for you. As long as you're walking and talking and thinking, God has a big purpose for your life. Don't you dare stop. Don't you do it. You have so much value in impacting people. So I want to encourage you on that. Okay, number 7, fearless. You got to be fearless. And this is, again, none of these are easy. They're all critical, though. Fear is the most destructive of all diseases in existence. Fear, yes, it's a disease. It is a crippling, debilitating disease that turns a victorious life into a mediocre at best life. Fear. And it impacts everyone. But you know what? It's not from our Creator. It's like, Ferrari building a cutting edge car and putting something in the tank that is going to kill it. That's what fear does in a God-created body like yours and mine. In a life that's supposed to do incredible things, fear neutralizes it totally. And it's a horrible disease. So one of the biggest ways to overcome fear is to just analyze, what am I afraid of, and then go do exactly that. I'm afraid of failing in business. Go do it. Go, and remember, it's not a failure, it's a lesson. And so the number one way to overcome fear is to figure out what you're afraid of and then go do exactly that and just get past it. Okay, affirmations I talked about a little bit earlier as something really important to do first thing in the morning, because it sets the stage for right thinking all day long. Affirmations. There are some really good ones on the YouTube channel. There are some biblically based affirmations that remind us who we are, in God, as God's awesome masterpiece creations. So I would encourage you to get 5 to 10 affirmations, write them down, record them on your phone, and go to the YouTube channel. There's actually one that I saw the other night that I want to recommend. Top 10 affirmations of all time. And I like it because some of these are kind of weird. This one is not. It is basic, fundamental, and I'm pretty sure the creator of this particular one is probably a Christian, because all of these affirmations seem to be biblically based, good principles. So affirmations every morning, and then affirmations before bed. Right before you fall asleep, read affirmations, because what we're doing, the mind is, the most important thing we have. The mind controls everything we do, whether it's subconscious or not. We've got to reprogram our minds and make sure that we're operating at a top level as far as our goals and our dreams and our visions and all the things that we want to accomplish, our joy, our fulfillment in life, knowing who we are and loving ourselves. All of that has to be, for many of us, reprogrammed, totally reprogrammed for some of us, because of the way we were raised. Most of that was programmed way back when we were about that tall. Unfortunately, parents did the best job they could, but we've got some reprogramming to do. That's all I'm saying. You've got to reprogram your mind and do it every day. Now, if you have a good list of affirmations and you use those for 21 days straight, you know the rule. 21 days forms a habit. It's really important. Okay, number 9, KAIZEN. K-A-I-Z-E-N. What does that mean? It's Japanese for constant improvement. So I tell people the best investment you can make is in yourself. Nothing is better than investing in yourself. Now, how do you invest in yourself? We can go back to number 2 on the list, get in shape. You're investing in your health. We're going to talk about health and fitness in another video, but KAIZEN means continual improvement, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, memorizing Bible verses, getting advanced training, certifications, degrees, constantly learning. I mean, if you've got air in your lungs still, you are meant to be learning still. Don't stop learning. Don't stop pushing. I mean, reading books, audio books, physical books, all of this stuff is so important. Garbage in, garbage out. I've talked about this in a previous video, and I'm going to talk about it again right now. What are you reading? What are you hearing? What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you eating? What are you wearing? Where are you hanging out? Who are you hanging out with? All these things are going to impact your KAIZEN, your constant improvement in life. And if you're not moving forward, there's no treading water. No, if you're not moving forward, you're going backwards. So that's number 9 for ultra achievers, okay? Number 10, I love this. The 10th thing that I think really helps someone become an ultra achiever is having a little chip on their shoulder. What does that mean? Well, that means you're a little hacked off. You walk around a little hacked, and that's okay. If you go through life, la 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 la, c'est la vie, such is life, everything that happens to you, and you never get a little chip on your shoulder, something's wrong. Okay, wake up. Smell the coffee. This is one life you get, and you need to live it. No matter what anybody else around you says, what people say doesn't define who you are. Don't listen to them, And if there's somebody in your, I've said this 100 times, I'll say it 101 now. If there's somebody in your life that's not enhancing your life, that's not saying, man, I love your huge dreams, I believe in you, you can do it, go do it, come on. Have you written that book yet? Have you gone to the gym this week? Have you, whatever. If you don't have those people in your life, get some, and anybody else, get them out, because they're doing you no good. None at all. They're wasting your time, they're killing you, okay? So have a little chip on your shoulder. Perhaps you've been through some tough times in life. Everybody goes through something, some kind of valley. come out of that valley and, be a little hacked off and say, hey, this is my life. I'm taking control of this. With God's blessing and hand on my life, I'm going to go try huge things, and I'm not going to stop. Okay, that's what I've got for you on becoming an ultra achiever. I'm trying to do it. I will do it, and I encourage you to do the same thing. Love you guys. We'll see you again soon.